Everybody, welcome. Today's AMA is going to have 7 blocks of information. I decided to divide our questions into 7 blocks. One will be the game features and game content. Second one is NFTs and blockchain. The third one is going to be community engagement and growth. Fourth, monetization and financials. Fifth is going to be game mechanics and gameplay. Sixth is going to be security and development. Seventh is going to be competitive advantage and market positioning of Pocket Space. There's also going to be a miscellaneous block, so it's actually 8 blocks, not 7. Anyways, let us get started with the first block, games, features, and content. And the first question, when could we have the next version of the game? I personally prefer this question to be the first one to once again announce and remind and tell you about the thing, which is Battle Royale mode. Since we're always working on enhancing our game, we're always trying to deliver something new, and the next major addition is Battle Royale mode. It's going to be an intense PvP experience where every player are for themselves. So stay tuned. I myself, actually I've played it quite several times already. Of course, we're testing this. But I really hope that when it's slightly more polished, we're going to be open for a closed beta test, probably during the first half of September. So stay tuned, please, guys. Wait for the next big thing coming. It's gonna be huge and very entertaining. The next question is, which new content will be available in the next version? So talking about the additional content on top of the actual game mode of Battle Royale, we're going to launch several new characters. I won't spoil that yet. But what I can talk about is that we are launching leaderboards, hopefully next sprint, as well as prizes. So how it's gonna kind of work, once the core gameplay is fine-tuned, we are rolling the leaderboards. You'll have to compete and climb the ranks for a chance to win exciting prizes. They will be a daily and weekly leaderboard, and the winners will earn a special currency to enter skill-based tournaments with valuable rewards. So basically what that means is you guys are going to compete within the game, having the ability to grow in the leaderboard. And when you are high enough, you're going to earn special tokens, and using these tokens you'll be able to compete in special rewarded tournaments. So yeah, stay tuned. Next question, when could we start to use our EVE skins in the game? Playable characters are going to be introduced before 2024, meaning that I mean playable NFT characters, of course. So you will have characters anyways. You can use these characters already in the beta testing version that we have, but the next one will have more characters. As I said, they will not be NFT skins, and NFT skins, or characters actually, going to be playable during the fall. So before 2024 we expect them to be playable. I would actually say quite way before. So do not get upset if you wanted to have these ready right now. They're going to be there soon. Okay, next question, will there be an alpha wave 5, or will the game be released directly? Well, first off, a massive shout out for our dedicated players during our 28 alpha waves, not 5. As we move forward, our leaderboard waves will be divided into daily and weekly segments, as I've said previously in and these are going to offer more opportunities to earn rewards. So although the game full release is not gonna happen like right now, you're soon gonna have way more features for that. Next question is, when is the soft launch expected to be released, and will we be able to use our NFTs at the same time when it is released? So mark your calendars. Early 2024, our soft launch starts, and preview of the NFT playable characters is going to be ready. Next question, can you provide more insights into the crafting system, including the crafting materials required, the variety of equipment that we can create, and the potential for creating exceptionally rare and valuable items through crafting? We've come a long way from our initial crafting system. You might have touched this one during our PvE version tests in 2022. You can also dive into our white paper for a more comprehensive look at our revamped and new crafting mechanics, but I must say that these will be updated even more, so please expect this version not to be final, even if you read about this in the white paper. And we're coming to the next block, which is NFTs and blockchain. First question is, many blockchain games with NFT in them have very high entry fees. How did you make your game model accessible without such a high capital investment? Just for you to know, guys, our game is and will always remain free to play. If you're into it, there are ways to earn within the game, like entering tournaments or crafting and trading NFTs. We are aiming to start these tournaments by fall, and the NFT crafting system is going to be available during our soft launch. So everyone's welcome, you must know that, and that means the game's accessible to everyone, it's playable by everyone. We're also very much focused on the cross platform options for us. We are starting as mobile first, but this doesn't mean that it's mobile only. I'm seeing, sorry, just a small lag. I'm seeing people entering the space bar instead of this scene that I'm talking at, so I hope they will make their way here soon. Okay, but let me proceed. And the next question is, what is the supply for EVE free mint? Well, first off, supply on Magic Eden is going to be 6k. Yet on EVE minting, we are planning 3 phases of minting. One is going to be a drop to our community players, the main and the oldest core community players that are with us since 2022. The second wave is going to be the OG mint on Magic Eden. So it's going to be whitelist mint during the first stage of Magic Eden mint. And the third is open, public, free-for-all Magic Eden mint. So, right, just a heads up, always make sure you're dealing with our team or Magic Eden directly. We want to ensure everyone stays safe out there, so be careful, guys. We've encountered stuff before. Please pay a lot of attention to where you're submitting your wallets or who you are talking to at the moment. Next question is, why was Solana chosen for over Polygon for game development? Well, we chose Solana because when we began the product, Solana felt like a very good fit for us. I do know that there's a lot of talk around Polygon right now, but we look beyond the current trends. We do believe that this is a long-term play. We do also very precisely look and acknowledge that seemingly multi-chain is one of the trends that is very much possible going to be the main trend soon. So we might have more updates on that front down the line. Please stay tuned and yeah, be prepared. The next question is, how do you guys see Pocket Space NFTs processes being used in the future? Well, the dynamics in the game, in terms of game features, we are looking at things like trading, crafting, mint on demand of NFTs. So it should be pretty exciting when it rolls out. The next question is, where will there be any sort of user guide or online help for or manual to explain how the game works? First off, of course, I mean there will I guess be an addition to our current white paper so that everybody is able to read the deepest information that we could share. On the other hand, I do expect that there will be a fandom wiki quite quick after we release, because when the information gets available, it also gets publicly published, not only by the developers. So stay tuned for that. But you will have the information. You will have enough of it. I will make sure that. Just 1 second, please. Looks like we have some technical issues, but I will proceed now. Hopefully it's the same. It's fine. Okay, guys. So, will there be any sort of? Oh, sorry, this question was already finished. Okay, the next one is NFT needed to play the game, and is the reward for the game USDT based or NFT based? Once again, just to clear things up, you don't need an NFT to play or even to compete in the leaderboard. But when you earn tokens from the leaderboard, you can use them to get into tournaments with prizes up for grabs. So make sure that you leverage and use all the options that you have. All right. Okay, so the next question is, will the NFTs we use in-game be on-chain or off-chain? Will upgrades, fusions, etc. be done on-chain or off-chain? So we're working on having assets both on-chain and off-chain. One of the things we're keen of is a mint on-demand feature. So we do believe that this will offer a lot more flexibility for you guys. So we're looking forward to make this happen. Okay. Okay, the next question. Oh no, actually, this is the next block, block 3. Block 3 is community engagement and growth. Let's go. What are your plans for growing and strengthening the community? So we are looking for more visibility for the Web3 and aiming to keep ourselves visible. The strategy is straightforward: ramp up PR, roll out new game modes, and once we hit the soft launch, we're hoping to catch the attention of more Web2 players. Next question is, how much have the community building events been helping us? Will they keep running as frequently or become seasonal events? Well, the purpose of the community building events are of two main purposes. One, we want to offer fun and entertainment to our fans, which is of course the first one, since there's a gaming community, we want to entertain you guys. And the second reason, the second purpose is we view them as an opportunity to get feedback from all of you. So right up to our game full release, we will keep these events running because of that. And even after that, we're looking at things like battle passes, seasonal events, and beta tests to keep everybody engaged. So community building is crucial for us, so we are going to build up on that. Next question is, are there any upcoming events that the community should start getting excited for? Speaking of events, one of the most thrilling one is going to be the introduction of leaderboards. We're expected to see our top players show off their skills and compete for some cool prizes. So guys, stay tuned, and especially the most competitive of you should be very, very much excited about what's gonna happen soon. Okay, next question. How important is the community for the team, and what steps will be taken by the team to keep the interest of the community and investors intact? Well, since our very beginning, the community has been our backbone. Your feedback steers our development. Your enthusiasm motivates us, and your conversation about the game amplify its presence. So just you know, just as a fun fact, last week, thanks to you guys, we were the third most talked about Solana game globally. So this is a very nice thing and a very cool achievement, I guess. And let's move on. The next question is: does Hexacore Pocket Space plan on attending any live in real life Web3 events? Indeed, so recently we were at Gamescom Cologne, which is less of a Web3 event but more of gaming, and nonetheless, it is indeed becoming a plus Web3 event just because of how popular this is all becoming among the gaming. Among the gaming audiences and gaming people and game developers. And soon we're also gearing up for Korea Blockchain Week next week. So you can expect to see more of us at major events in 2023 and 2024. Next question: are there any areas in development phase where the results surpassed your expectations? I guess I must mention our 2022 PvP version. It started as a rapid prototype but turned out to be so well that we used it for tournaments during the raffle season. Also, currently we're diving deep into some cutting-edge AI generation tech. So if things go as planned, this could take user-generated content to a whole new level. So we are currently very, very much excited and very, very much building on top of that. And I'm seeing a question about the supply in the chat. It was already mentioned several times. So once again, 6K of supply for the OG and public, and the utility is going to be well playable, and these characters are going to be upgradable plus playable. They will very likely leave you to they will let you engage in special events possibly, or special levels of events or special leagues, and we will all of course inform you about that a little bit in advance. But there is going to be some very sweet utility for the characters, as well as they're just beautiful. Take a look at our Magic Eden page we have shared. You will love them. Okay, the next question is: are there any areas in development phase where the results... Oh, I'm sorry, this is the previous question. Next block is monetization and financials. So the next question is: why did you choose to offer a freemium model instead of a paid one? We are big believers in free-to-play, not just because it does allow for larger audiences, and it does by a lot, but also because it's inclusive. It sends a message that everyone is invited, as I said, regardless of your financial background. So if you got the skill, you quite can win. And if you're someone who wants to invest or perhaps get a little edge, that's an option too, of course. And this model is really what's fueled the gaming industry growth for the past decade and a half. All right, next question: will there be any tokens released at the same time at the soft launch, and how many different tokens will be used in the game market? We're looking at introducing a token for leaderboard winners. This token will be key for participating in our next tournaments. And also, speaking of tokens, I know many are curious about our overall tokenomics. We will be ironing out the details as we approach our soft launch. So once again, stay tuned for more concrete info till then. The next question is: how will Pocket Space's ability to balance the needs of casual and hardcore players make it a more appealing game? Well, two things. At its core, our game caters to sort of both casual and hardcore players indeed. If you're looking for a laid-back PvE experience, you've we've got you covered. So you can just explore, you can, gather resources and may have fun on your own tempo. But for those craving some intense PvP action and tournaments, there's a plenty in store for you as well. So guys, if you wanna be competitive, you are quite the ones to be. If you want to be mid-core about this, you'll be able to, because the game will be definitely quite skill based. That's what I can promise you. Okay, and the next block is game mechanics and gameplay. First question: are you planning to have a new Zeely or Galaxy campaign, which is a quite social game mechanics, but also about mechanics? Just a heads up: our current campaign will wrap up by August 29th, so you still have a day plus. While we're definitely considering launching new campaigns in the future, our eyes are on the bigger prize. We aim to foster a truly active and passionate community of players and collaborators before the ferment. So instead of restarting campaigns every now and then, we're focusing on enriching in-game features to keep everyone engaged. So our next Zeely campaign is gonna happen, yet I cannot tell you the dates of the next campaign because it's gonna be sort of event oriented. Okay, next question. When are you planning to hold the next game event, perhaps with Fractal? Okay, upcoming events. Well, in the second half of September, we're starting with leaderboards and tournaments, hopefully. So yes, something fresh is in the horizon. Next question: will the Zeely be used for future events? Will our points reset, or should we stay active accumulating points until more events are hosted? New campaigns will be launched, yes. Right now this one is around Fremont. I wouldn't say that we have decided if we should reset the ranking or not. Probably for new players, new campaign is a better option because they will have the opportunity to sort of be the first. For older players, of course, it's better to keep the leaderboard an old one with accumulated resources. So guys, when the campaign stops, you may chill for a while, but after a while again we will restart. So stay tuned once again. Next question is: how do you plan to approach game balance while providing perks for high tier equipment? Wonderful question. We are excited about introducing different leagues based on player skill levels, so that you will be matchmaking will work only towards your own skill or power level. It quite ensures that you're pitted against someone of your own level, making the game challenging but fair. And the stakes are: the tougher your league, the richer your reward. The next question is: will there be a form of in-game communication like a planetary chat or emoticons? We are indeed exploring emoji-based interaction system for battles, for team battles especially, but also for PvP and deathmatch and battle royale. It's still in the works. Yes, but we're also brainstorming the best way to incorporate smooth communication within the game. That said, we do know how integral Discord is for our community, so do not be surprised if you see a deeper in-game integration of Discord in the future. This is one of the options to go. And this concludes the block number 5. Now, block number 6, security and development. So then the next question is: what measures have been taken to protect the community from security threats? Well, security protocols. We've been proactive about tightening our internal safety measures among the developers and inside the team. We also have some fresh guidelines for you guys. And of course, as a golden rule, Please always be cautious about where you're dropping your info. If something feels off or you're in doubt, our team and mods are just a ping away. Do not hesitate to reach out. So please be open. Okay. Can I see? Okay, next question. Sorry. I can see the great potential of a project. Oh, thank you very much. But what about the security of the game itself? Right. So we talked about the community security. Now security in the game. We all hate teacher. Sorry. We all hate cheaters and hackers, don't we? So trust me, it's a big deal for us too. Our CTO has been super involved in ensuring a clean gameplay experience. So as our community grows, our commitment to cheat-free environment will only get stronger. The next question is, what was the motivation behind Pocket Space's creation and what are its vision, mission, and goals? A throwback to 2021, our burning ambition was to create an epic game on the blockchain. That's why we partnered with wizards at Astoti, and who made My Little Universe, and built a squad with only seasoned game development pros. So we are all veterans. Our main sort of vision and mission and goal is to make the next great game on Web3, as well as the only idle arcade with MOBA experience inside it on Web3, and for Web2 just make a really great game that will attract millions of people. We are experienced in stuff like that. We did have huge projects behind in our history. All of our founders and co-founders are studio owners, and the overall download amounts of the three studios that they own would probably by now exceed about 500 million. Me myself, I worked with huge products like Cut the Rope, where the audience amount is 1.5 billion only on that product. So we are good at large games. We're building Pocket Space to be exactly this game. Next question is, are there any areas in the development phase where you feel improvements are needed? Okay, thank you for this question. In the pipeline, we're diving deep into refining tokenomics, and also we're ensuring seamless integration with game modes. As you might have noticed, our modes by now are fragmented into several apps so that we test them one by one, but very soon we're going to integrate that into one sort of straightforward funnel. And for now, yet our eyes are set on perfecting the core competitive gameplay. So what we're working precisely on right now is the battler core gameplay, because we have already quite worked out the PvE, the non-competitive meditational type of gameplay. Now we're working on the competitive one. Okay, and this concludes the sixth block. The next one is block number 7, competitive advantage and market position of the game. So the question is, how do you plan to compete with similar projects like Axie Infinity and Alien Worlds? Well, when people compare us with Axie or Alien Worlds, I always say that we're kind of like apples and oranges, different flavor, different vibe. I mean, when we look at our closest rivals, they're not really dipping their toes into strategic PvE layers like we do, as well as they don't have a blend of two genres, MOBA competitive gameplay and PvE non-competitive, which is quite a fresh view on what the market can right now supply us with or can offer. The next question is, what are the advantages of Pocket Space compared to other projects on the market? So now we're talking about advantages, not just differences. I would say that you can go by saying easy peasy lemon squeezy. So this is how our game starts. But the deeper you go, it becomes really, really difficult. So beginners will love the easy entry, but seasoned players will savor the challenge. So the game is easy to learn it, but very hard to master, and this is what we're striving for. This is the sort of advantage that we are expecting the game to have, especially in comparison with hardcore Web3 products, which are not at all easy to start playing. Okay, next question. What makes Pocket Space unique, and what benefits can users expect from the platform? So, we've got, just to name a few, dual gameplay with both competitive and co-op PvE, friendly free-to-play and free-to-mint approach, and our multi-platform strive with strong emphasis on mobile. So this is quite a unique blend by now. I don't think that anyone can boast that list of sort of features. So that makes us quite unique. In addition to that, of course, the wonderful art and beautiful NFTs, which will be minted on the 1st of September, guys. Okay, the next block is block number 8, which is miscellaneous questions. They do not fall into any of the types or the top topics. So let's go for it, and then I will address also the questions in the chat. Okay, so the first question is, do you have any plans for releasing merchandise like hoodies, shoes, or other Pocket Space themed items? Thank you very much for the question. Actually, some of you might remember those ultra limited edition t-shirts that we had a while back. So yeah, they're gone for now. Sorry, but keep an eye out because we might drop some more in the future. And since I've mentioned tournaments with juicy prizes, hint, well, this might be part of it. Next question. Do you have any more upcoming partnerships or collaborations, or how many chains will the game be accessible at? Sorry. Once we get through the whole Freeman situation with Magic Eden, our next big focus will be on refining gameplay and launching those tournaments, like I said. And we've got some exciting partnerships in the pipeline as well, so watch the space. Next question, and actually this is the last question from the list that we gathered so far, is the following. So, does Pocket Space have plans to involve the player community in decision regarding game development? Well, yeah. So the closed test that we launched before, and you might also remember the feedback and lore contests. Well, this is not gonna stop. We want to get our community involved. We want to hear your feedback as much as possible of it. So we will get you engaged. We will let you play more, let us know more. We will be starting new contests. Actually, very soon there's going to happen an interesting contest about the characters in the game. So the most creative of you should definitely stay tuned and wait for the contest, because also we'll have some juicy rewards for it. And this concludes the list of questions that we gathered beforehand. Now let's jump to the questions in the chat. What is the supply and the utility plan? Okay, this was covered. Thank you, Hodler, for this question. Now let's go. How do you plan to attract non-crypto Web2 users to the project? Thank you, Lexon, for the question. This is a wonderful question, actually. So the answer is, first off, this is one of the reasons why the game is mobile first. I am an experienced marketing director for mobile games and worked with giants like Cut the Rope, Cats, Gardenscapes, and several more. So I do know how to attract good and really worthy mobile audiences. So this is covered, and yeah, I mean, pretty much it concludes it. So the same way all mobile games just work with attracting new audiences, they run a lot of lucrative and economically sound ads so that the customer acquisition cost is below the LTV, and that all makes it quite a good endeavor. So this is gonna happen during our soft launch in 2024. Hope I covered the question fully. Now, okay, Herma. Next question. As you know, projects leave thanks to the community, especially in Web3, and without support and real people, projects go out without receiving adequate development. On the server, they disturb a bunch of WLs for dead communities in which are zero participants. Don't you think that this has a bad effect on the project and wastes resources in vain? Um, Not sure if I understood the question correctly. I do hope that, well, I mean, if the question is why the WLs were distributed among the so-called dead communities, is possibly none of them are dead, and of course there are also communities that are alive. So this is why we are distributing whitelists over there. If there is anything you can help us with or you think you can comment on, you're very welcome, man. We have a wonderful collaborations manager that Magic Eden referred us to, so we trust this guy and he seems to be a very good one. So I mean, if you have any feedback, please, brother, let us know. Next question is by Tainen. What challenges have you faced so far? And we are in a bear market. Yes, brother, we are. But the answer to that is, while you're building on the bear market, if you have done and built during the bear market, it means that during the bull market, you're gonna rise high. And so far, we have resources. We were also able to secure some sweet investments. You can read in this in pocketgamer.biz. Sweet investment during this super bear of venture capital market. So although the venture capital budgets have decreased a lot, we did secure this investment, and we still and this is an equity investment. It's not even a token investment or any part in any side of possible speculation investment. It's a real down to business equity investment that makes our partners, long-term partners, interested in us. So I do hope that this covers the part of the bear market. As for the challenges, I mean, developing new game is always a challenge, and we have not yet went through all of them so far. So I guess the best approach would be, bring it on. Maybe we're ready for all the challenges. Okay, Chiki Pao. Next question. How does the concept of NFT ownership in games impact the gaming experience and in-game economy? Well, this is a wide and broad question, I would say. But bringing it down to some logical conclusions, I would say it is very good to compare such games, such ownership or play to own games to real life products and real life games. And I would say my best example so far would be Magic the Gathering cards. Owning a card doesn't mean that you do own the art in it, right? Or you have any copyright specific rights on top of that, but you still own the card and you can sell it, or you can play with it, or you can collect it or keep for the future, or whatever you want you can do with it. So this type of freedom, this is something that we truly do believe in, and we think that blockchain is something that enables us to bring this vision to life. Okay, the next question is from Hodler again. If Pocket Space is accessible across multiple platforms, how does the game manage wallet and NFT success for players who switch between different devices? This is a wonderful question, Hodler. Thank you once again. I would say that for now, once again, important thing, the game is only available on mobile as of yet. It will be available on other platforms because it is developed on an engine called Unity. And to those of you who know that anything in game dev, probably most of you do know something. Unity is very close platform, and it enables one-click porting to pretty much anywhere if you develop the control schemes. So this is the only challenge, but for the rest of it, it's easy. As for the wallet and NFT access, we will be having a backend in the game, so the server will keep all the data for you. We will also enable a login system, and we will have the non-custodial wallets in the game that would enable the Web2 players to be onboarded very fast. So for the Web3 audience, non-custodials are not a very interesting topic, but for people who do not know anything in Web3, it's one of the best solutions, because you just enable people having a wallet and assets in it seamlessly with like no friction at all. This is something that we're looking for, and this is how it's going to be integrated, and this is why it is going to be working fast and enable us go mainstream, so to speak. Well, okay, next question. I'm not sure if it's even a question. Please, is it possible for me to mint on August 1st without whitelisting, because I'm new to the project, making it impossible to reach level 15? Well, on September the 1st, there will be a public minting phase. Please remember, if you fast enough, you will be able to do it. So brother, good luck with that. Okay, when live questions? Right now, brother. It's happening right now. Okay, the last question from Hodler, and something is being written right now, so I will wait for a couple minutes. But the last question for now is, how does Pocket Space? Oh no. Okay, sorry. How does Pocket Space balance the player-driven economy with the need for sustainable game development and maintenance? Are there mechanisms in place to prevent inflation or deflation of in-game assets? Okay, Hodler, you might want to take a look into our white paper. Excuse me. Into our white paper, we do have several ideas and balancing systems for for syncing the inflationary currencies or resources, and this is very much a frequently used technique within the video games industry. Some of the reasons why this is not working so well within the Web3 communities is mostly, I would say, two reasons. First one would be that speculative currencies, especially if they don't have a cliff or if the cliff has been fulfilled, just become dumped. So this is why we're not going to have a speculative currency at the beginning. That's for sure. We're only using the token currency to participate in tournaments. This is one of the important vision. Let's go. So next question is, do you have any plan to boost the marketing to get mass user adoption in the near future? What is your plan to get more exposure from users and investors in the short and long term? I've answered this question previously, so make sure to take a look at our video, but I will quickly revisit that one. So launching PR, paid ads, being active among the communities or Twitter spaces everywhere, basically, and of course attracting a lot of Web2 players. So this is our key strategy, is to get as many of them as possible, and this is something that we are quite expert at. I'm sorry, where marketing team is expert at. Okay, let's go. Herman, I mean, these distribute WLs to those who do not even participate. I think that need to make a more responsible approach to the issue of collabs, and these are just a few of the screenshots. Thank you, brother. This is a very interesting feedback. We will indeed visit this, and we will discuss this with the collabs manager. But dude, he's reaching like hundreds of these. I mean, if among hundreds there is somewhere like 5 or even 10 that are not very active, I would say that this might be, just a standard deviation from the average, normal sort of distribution. Thank you, brother. We will revisit this part. Make sure. Next question. Staking is one of the strategy to attract users and hold them and long term. So how does your product have a staking program? If so, can you tell us how we stake on your platform? How high is your APR, and is there any specific amount to stake? So thank you, Case Weta, for the question. Right now, the staking system is not introduced, but we do definitely know that it is one of a good ways to go, especially for long-term hodling, so to speak. So very likely during soft launch we will test a way of staking NFTs or even tokens, and you will be informed on that. By now it's hard to say when and where it will be introduced. It will take some time. Okay, Adler, bro, whole market is down. A project of this backing and this caliber would do fire in bull, but interested people like us who are present here are always going back to the right projects. It just means, brother, that people who are interested will go here as well, because we are going to make some noise. And by making noise, I also mean that we're going to be very active in the just average gaming market, which is important part of our strategy. We're not only Web3. We all must understand that. Although our community is currently very much focused on Web3, which is very important for us because we don't have a delivered product, and you guys, thank you very much, are very, very active before the product is developed. So you are interested and invested. You want to give feedback, you want to help, you do a lot of stuff. I would say that normal gaming communities, especially in free-to-play, on average do not engage this much into the actual development. Yes, there are active people who show initiative, but for now I'd say that everybody show initiative. So this is so huge, so lovely. I really enjoy that. And yeah, thank you very much. It seems about it, and I think there are no new questions so far. And kudos to Sviat, who also mentioned high standards, the guy behind the collab system. Behind the collabs. So please share some love with the guys, and yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for coming here today. I do hope to see you all in the leaderboards during September. I do hope to see you all holding our precious and sweet NFTs. And I do hope to see you all on next AMA. Thank you very much and have a very lovely day, guys. Thank you.